Steph here from stephsafandos.com, and welcome to part one of discovering and connecting to your purpose in a three-part video and lesson series. Super excited to be presenting to you today on the first part of discovering your purpose. Now, the first part of discovering your purpose entails a 7-step method. Now, whilst we integrate all 4 bodies in this methodology, it is predominantly a method for the cognitive mind, for the analytical mind, for the reason-based mind. So it really looks and addresses at that learning style. It is a learning style that deeply involves connecting to self. But let's move beyond that just for a moment. We'll come back to the 7-step series, and the 7-step exercise, or the 7-step finding your purpose, or clarifying your purpose, or connecting to your purpose, or discovering your purpose is a simple process for understanding yourself at greater depth. But let me first address, what is purpose? Why do we even need purpose? And what is the usefulness of having clarity in purpose? Firstly, let me say this. Purpose is more than just a singular understanding of life. We should be saying purposes, plural, because some of us may move through life and deeply be connected to more than just one purpose, more than just something that is deeply important to us, but rather we have multiple profound interests in life that we feel we are here for on this earth. And this is part of what makes our purpose. So what is purpose? Purpose is something, an experience, or a set of experiences, or a state of being, or a posturing that is deeply inspiring. We don't require motivation. We don't require an analytical process to take place in our minds saying, do I really want to do this today? Do I really want to move through this drudgery today? No, that's not what purpose is. Purpose is an inspired state of being. Purpose allows us to connect to our truth. Purpose allows us to move through the world in authentic ways. So when we're looking at purpose, we're looking at open states of being. We're immersing in open states of being. Now let me clarify what that means. See, open states of being are states of being that are inclusive, that are creative, that are courageous, that are open to new information coming into us. Whereas closed states of being stem from fear, from constriction, from restriction in being, from an autocratic way of looking at the world. You see, a much desirable or preferable state is an open state of being. Now, when we connect to our purpose, we naturally gravitate towards open states of being. Now, remember what I said a moment ago, an open state of being is a desirable state of being. So when we're looking at key markers or characteristics of being connected to purpose, we find that we are more courageous in life. We find that we are deeply inspired. We find that we understand our values. Now, that's an exploration for another time, but briefly, values are, what are the experiences, again, or the states that are most important to us in life? What do we value most in life? I'm not talking about moral values such as trust or love or empathy or courage, for example, which of course are necessary to get clear on, but I'm talking about experiential values. So why are you here? Now, values and purpose are intimately connected. So we can't really speak to purpose without speaking to values, but going deep into values, that's another exploratory state. So we're speaking to characteristics of purpose. Courage, moving with inspiration, understanding what is most important to us, knowing the type of person we wish to be, we want to be, the desired state we wish to project to the world, not only for the world and our loved ones, and for those that we haven't met yet, but for ourselves. Now, selflessness is a concept that is deeply embedded in all of my teachings and really is the crux of understanding purpose as well, because what we wish to do, and this is another characteristic of being of being clearly connected to purpose is moving through the world from a space of selfish selflessness. That means we care about ourselves enough to be true to who we are, to be authentic with who we are, but we also care about the world, we care about others, we wish to be of service to others. So we integrate our purpose in our lives to consider deeply others, our loved ones, people that we haven't met yet, the global family, our community, our global community. And you'll find in the 7-step process, one of the steps clearly articulates and asks you to go deep into looking into, observing and understanding what is there a global issue that you wish to contribute meaningfully to. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I've mentioned this in another video, in the intro video when you were first introduced to this 3-part series, about purpose and fulfillment and meaning. You see, when we have purpose, when we are clear, when we live on purpose and in purpose, what happens is the actions of present are authentic, they're congruent, they're transparent, they carry meaning. We feel fulfilled in life. Now, how amazing is that, to feel fulfillment in life? Now, if you would ask me what is the meaning of life, I would say, well, there are many meanings of life. Growth and expansion is one of them. But of course, to have complete alignment, congruency and authenticity in our actions of present is definitely a meaning of life. Something that we can strive to, that we can thrive upon. Now, getting clear on our purpose allows us to connect to that. So I want you to fully immerse yourself in this 7-step process. Think expansively, think deeply, think broadly. Do not limit yourself. When you are asked the questions, don't limit yourself to what you are doing now, who you are right now, where you work right now, whether you have a relationship, a meaningful, intimate relationship, or whether you don't. That's irrelevant. What is relevant is who you are and who you wish to be, who you are at your core. That is what's relevant. Think laterally. Think interconnectedly with this exercise. In fact, think that way with all of them, all of the exercise that you will do in this 3-part series. Because when you get purely, deeply connected, authentically, and you think laterally, you think creatively, openly, expansively, and you think in a limitless manner, the world around you changes. Your view, your model of reality transmutes and transforms. Now, in this document, you will find a process on the 3 Ps. Practice, patience, persistence. I'm going to leave you with that, but I want you to take note of that 3P model because it's important for you connecting to yourself. I'll leave you with that. I'm very excited to see you in the next video. I shall see you in part 2. I look forward to hearing about how you move through this 7-step process, whether it resonated with you, whether it didn't. That's okay, but be attentive to that. Perhaps even journal a little bit on that. Journal a little bit on your feelings or what came up for you when you were immersed in this process. What did you connect to? What did you feel? Was there fear? Was the apprehension of thinking big, thinking laterally? Connect to that. Engage in that. Discover who you are. Don't hold back. If fear creeps in, speak to it. Understand it. This is an exciting process, and the purpose, understanding our purpose, lays the foundations for all of my programs and all of my teachings. And once we really begin to nail that, and remember, purpose is an evolving state of being. Purpose is not rigid. Purpose is in a constant flux. So in 5-10 years' time, your purpose or purposes may change, and that's okay. I wish you many blessings on this exercise. I'll see you in part 2.